who showed Aussie and Kiwi readers that we didn't have to look to America or Britain to find our whodunits and whydunits, our cosy crime reads and our thrillers. When my first crime novel was published in 2004, the bestseller lists in Australia and New Zealand were dominated by Dan Brown, Patricia Cornwell, John Grisham, Michael Crichton, and James Patterson. There wasn't a single Aussie or Kiwi crime writer who got within cooey of the top 50 books, let alone the top 10. Now our lists are dominated by the likes of Leanne Moriarty and Jane Harper, along with a growing list of equally brilliant young crime writers. What has changed? I think we've grown up and no longer see ourselves as upstart younger siblings who have to copy what has been successful overseas. Australia and New Zealand have our own unique landscapes and language, the dry humour and disrespect for authority. We have our own stories to tell, full of characters we recognise, set in places we know. Novels that explore the individualism of the outsider, as well as mateship, gender, race and justice. Readers around the world are beginning to crave what we are offering, a unique sense of place and distinctive voices. We are not Nordic noir, or Tartan noir, or Emerald noir. We are Outback noir and Yeah noir. Our protagonists are a mixed bunch of whiskey-soaked private eyes, ex-strippers, political fixers, hitmen, paramedics, pathologists, psychologists, detectives, and Outback policemen. The broken and the unbreakable, heroes and anti-heroes. If you want to know us better, this can be your guide. Follow the directions carefully and you will enter a world of suspense, tension, murder and intrigue, where you will be required to expose the lies, interrogate witnesses, and interpret the evidence. These aren't just mysteries. They are laden with information about who we are, our politics, laws, police, and criminal underworld. And they will help us explore the dark side of our psyches. That's why we love crime stories, because deep down, in places we don't like to talk about, we wonder what it would be like to pull that trigger, or fear that someone we know might be lying beneath that white sheet. You want bodies? Start digging. Author's note and introduction. G'day and kia ora. Thanks for dropping by. What you're holding in your hands, or perusing on screen, or listening to, is something that several mates have told me is the inevitable result of my lifelong passion for mystery writing. Or perhaps more particularly, the last dozen years or so during which, among a roller coaster of other adventures, shifts and life changes, I've loitered around the crime scene on 3 continents as a feature writer, critic, awards judge, panel chair, event organiser, festival co-founder, and just general all-around nuisance. Looking back, it's been a crazy, random ride, full of memorable moments, unexpected opportunities, and hundreds of brilliant people. This mystery-loving kid from small-town New Zealand has been warmly welcomed by the crime-writing community at home and abroad. I've got to wield a fiery torch while wearing a kilt and standing alongside Val McDermid, Denise Miner, and Liam McIlvanney, as hundreds of mystery fans march through historic Stirling. I've descended into the bowels of a medieval church in Dublin with John Connolly and Paul Cleave to tap fingers with an 800-year-old mummy. I've tried to keep my voice steady while speaking in Maori before elders and international guests as we open the first ever New Zealand Crime and Thriller Writing Festival on a Rotorua marae. It all started with 2 libraries 7,000 miles apart, a legal magazine and someone else not getting their article in by deadline. But that's a story for another day. The key thing I want to say is that I feel amazingly lucky and very grateful to have become so involved in the crime writing tribe. There are too many people to thank, a sampling are listed in the acknowledgements. This reader's guide is one way for me to pay all that forward. Southern Cross Crime is designed to sit alongside my learned colleague, I was once a lawyer, Barry Forshaw's excellent series of pocket essential guides to various slices of the international crime and thriller fiction pie. I'm here to bring the pavlova to Barry's buffet. Feel free to skip ahead and dive right in. The water's warm and we have more than 300 Australian and New Zealand authors, television shows and films for you to hang out with. We've cleared out the crocs and things are reasonably well signposted. But for those who are interested in a bit more background and context to Southern Cross Crime, listen on. The current state of antipodean crime writing. How you going? It wasn't until